Okay, this is beginning of lesson 4, and basically what we are doing this lesson is creating our home page and retrieving the information from the database to show here. Okay, so we're going to create a file that will be the home page for the blog. We'll retrieve the information and we're going to format the results to make it easy to read and beautiful. So first thing, we are going to create a new file called index.php. Every time you have a folder on a web server and the file inside is called index, let me save it here. This is automatically the first file your browser will open. Okay, if you have, it doesn't matter what other files you have, if you have an index.php, the browser always opens index.php automatically. So that's what the name is important here. So let's give it a name, my blog, and save. So just remembering here, everything I did is in a separate folder. Okay, so that this works, this file should be in their own folder. So you can call it blog or my blog or whatever. Okay, first thing we need to do now is receive the information that we stored in the database last class. And let's start doing that. You need to include the connect file. So let's start it here. Inside body, I open the PHP tag. I close it. And let's start with an include. If you remember well, the name of the file is connect.php. Once we have done that, we need to start creating a query like we did before. But this time I'm not saving stuff in my database. I'm querying it. I'm selecting stuff and showing that on my page. So my query is a little bit different. And instead of statement, I'm using a variable here called result. The name doesn't matter, but it's just a way to make it clear what it does, because it's the result of the query on the database. So result is equal to connection, and connection we prepare. And then we enter our query, where we select everything. Let's put it in all caps. So select all from posts. Remember, this is the name of the table. And I'm ordering them by post ID. So lower post ID comes first. That's it. And then I tell it to execute. Alright, next one, slide 7. So this is the trickier part. Remember that result is a multidimensional array. So that one that looks like a table. Because in the end that's what it is. It is a table with the content from your database. So we are going to use a for each loop to echo this. So for each result as, and again, to make it clear what I'm doing, I'm calling it row. Now, the thing is that row is not a simple variable either. Row is an array that's similar to post, because you can access several different things inside this array by their names. For example, I can echo let's do an echo as a paragraph. Later we can change this. And I'm going to echo row. And remember, this index here is the name of your column on your database. So in my database here, I have, it's ID, not post ID. So I have to come here, and if I want to echo 1, I'm going to say row ID. And I may have some problem already here. Here. So order by ID, fixing that, and row ID. Okay, so just to remind you, what I'm doing here with the dot is connecting the echoes. So I have 3 different echoes here, I'm connecting them with a dot. So I echo the opening of the paragraph, the variable, and the end. Let's do the same thing now for title and text. Let's check our database and see that title is as post title. And finally, post text. Okay, let's save this. And let's test it. Let's see if that happens, that works. It does. So as you can see here, we have my ID, the title, and the text. Having this done, the rest of our work now is only HTML and CSS. Let's already see in here what we're supposed to do. So our title should appear as an H2. And we don't even need the ID for now. So to echo my title, I want it to be an H2. I just change the content in my tag. And then the text comes as paragraphs. That's okay. Also, take a look at number 4. I'm saying that I want both to be inside an article tag, so that each post is inside its own article tag. So let's do that. Echo article, copy, paste it, and just add a closing here. Let's just check it, and now we can see something a little better. So we already have the title and the text. Okay, after this, we just need to start styling and making our home page looking a little better. And that's basically the rest of this lesson. So I'm going to teach you just a quick way to add the, that has nothing to do with this, to add the CSS to your page. So you come here, you have to be in mode standard. Let me make this a little bit wider. So you need to be in mode standard. And here in the corner you have CSS Designer. How does it work? You come first and add a new source. Create a new CSS file. When you're prompted, give it a name. So you can even call it style.css. Choose the option link and click OK. So in this file, what happens is this new line, which is connecting your HTML page, your PHP page, to a CSS style page. If you pay attention up here, you can see that a new file appears, and this is the style CSS. So now, anything you do via CSS in here is going to affect your index. For example, let's say that okay, let me show you some good things to do with your CSS to start. I'm using the star here. As it is in SQL, the star means everything. So this whatever I add here is going to format everything in your page. And I'm going to zero the margin for everything. Good. Also, I'm going to zero the padding for everything. And that's it. Now, for my body, let's give it a different background color. Make it something that is not so strong. Okay, this should be interesting. Click OK. Good. Save it, and let's just go back and test. Okay, it's already working. So what we're supposed to do now? Add some header. So that's back in your HTML. So let's go back to body before you start your PHP. Create a header tag. And you can add an h1 and the name of your blog. My first PHP blog. Okay. Let's save this. Then let's go back to CSS. Oh yeah, first, without doing anything to on the CSS, this is what your header looks like. Let's just make it bigger. So adding some more styling here. So header. I'm going to use, let's do something simple here. Let's do it in color picker. I was going to write blue, but that doesn't look that good. So this one could be a little bit stronger. Okay with that. Then the color for the text, I want it to be white. The font family, I'm going to choose something sans serif here. Then I'm going to say that I want it to be 100% width, so it's covering my whole page. And height, let's give it like 200 pixels. Save it. That's it. So my header is here. Something also that's cool that you can do is style something similar for your articles. Okay, we can do that here. Article. Let's give it